Hey everybody, this is James with WSTrades.com. Want to provide an update here on a few trending tickers and also cover some recent trades. So first here, I was looking at ticker III or Information Services Group. They made a nice rally up here to about 970 and then had a nice pullback to $6. Bounced off of that level, ripped back to almost 8 and then came down here and touched around the 650 level a few times. Buyers stepped in there and really started to support that level there, and now they've ripped back above the 21-day EMA. So heading here into the 1 hour time frame, I definitely think to the upside we've got a key barrier at 760 and also another one here around 772. So as this thing is in a short-term uptrend, I'm looking there, can this thing bust through around 760, and then can it bust through around that 772? I think those are key levels, key barriers to the upside right now, and if it can break through and close above that level on this time frame, I think that is going to be a good sign. Backing out here to the daily chart again, rallying above that level there, I think it could go up and maybe challenge around 850 or so. So I definitely think that is a key level there to the upside. And then looking at the downside, we see a couple bounces here off of around that 650 level. So, definitely to the downside, that's going to be key too. If selling pressure comes in, this thing starts to dump, that 650 level is definitely very key. Coming back out to the daily, if that doesn't hold, we close below 650 on that time frame, this thing's going to come down and test $6. And that'll be the next key level to look at to the downside. So that was one. And then I think I also saw ticker SOPA, Society Pass Inc. also here. Not a lot going on in the larger time frames. I came into the 1 hour here and, definitely saw a few green candles there and things starting to level out and trend in a better direction. You can definitely see an uptrend here. It broke through a key level at about 275, made a insane rip, almost, up to 475 here, and then had a nice pullback. But, I threw up this trend line here because you can see it started to tick up, sold to that level, bounced off of it, sold down again, almost to that trend line, bounced again, and then sold right to that trend line again before this crazy explosion here yesterday. So I would definitely keep an eye here on this uptrend line. If this thing sells back down to this uptrend line, I would be looking to see what happens. Will the buyers support at that trend line and start to buy again? And if it starts to rally, I think that would be a good long entry. And then if it sells through this level and closes below this trend line, I would take that as a good short entry there. So those were a few tickers there I wanted to go over. And then trade wise, let me see, I've got the last 7 days here. I did sell a call on EEM. So let's head to the chart. This is the emerging markets ETF. I'm going to go to the longer time frames here. Yeah, so overall here, EEM definitely in a downtrend, a big move down lately to around that 42.50 level, but rejected it nicely on the weekly chart, but had a really hard rip back. So I think for my April monthly contracts, I sold a put here. So I'm playing the put side or selling the put side for April, and I think that strike is at 44. And with this hard rip back here, I'm expecting it to kind of sputter out a little bit and maybe die off before it continues to rip. So I went out and sold the 48 call for the May monthly contract. So kind of playing both sides here, selling a put for April and selling a call for May. So kind of just staying neutral there and, playing both sides of this thing for the next 2 contract months. So that's one trade I got into there. And then XLE, I talked about this one in the podcast. I got kind of busy on Friday, was not able to deal with XLE. I had a deep in the money 62 call. Let's take a look at XLE here on the weekly. So yeah, 62 call got blown out big time as this thing rallied up to like 80 and it's starting to rip again. I can see pre-market here, it's ticking up almost to 77. So had a deep in the money call, wasn't able to deal with it. I got assigned to the shares. So on Monday, I ended up buying my shares back and then selling the 62 call again, but I think it's for the May monthlies. So kind of just staying in the position and hopefully I can hang out until oil makes a nice move down. Super overextended right now on the weekly. you can see it's pretty much living in the overbought area. So I know it might be a while, but I'm ready to stick this thing out for the long run and see if, you know, I can't just hold that 62 call and then hopefully oil collapses one day and then, you know, that thing falls out of the money and, you know, I'll make all that money back because I'm down really big on the position right now. And I was thinking about this too. I might go out and start selling some puts against this thing because I'm already, you know, in that short call position that's deep in the money. So maybe I can go out and sell puts against this thing, 30 deltas or something, and try to grab some money each month, especially if this thing continues to rip higher. You know, my short call is going to become more and more expensive, more and more valuable. So I might want to go out and just start selling some puts against this thing. So I'll probably do that today. Maybe sell a put for April monthlies or May monthly contracts. But I'll continue to keep you guys updated on this position. Please like this video. Please also subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Appreciate you guys for taking the time to watch this. Talk to you soon.